Morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Doing good, Coach. Sunday was a day for the program that I believe will live on forever for our city. Simone Augustus, who at the time when she committed to LSU, I remember Skip Bertman calling her the biggest recruit in LSU history. She turned out to go to four straight Final Fours and become one of the greatest women's basketball player that our country has ever produced. She had a statue to honor her time at LSU on Sunday. You, of course, were there for it during her time here and on Sunday. What'd you make of honoring one of the greats?
Well, certainly it was an iconic moment. And again, I think if you go back to what Skip was talking about, I think it went beyond women's basketball. I think for somebody that was born here in Baton Rouge, that was recruited by the Yukons and the Tennessees, Gino, Pat Summit, and for her to stay home and take our program to heights that have never been seen before. And certainly, as you alluded to, our attendance changed. Basketball became relevant. But Simone was she was a national thing. A lot of people don't realize that when Simone was a senior, we led the nation in road attendance. I mean, everybody wanted to see Simone play, and certainly that carried on all the way through towards her pro career. I'll never forget when 2016 when she was at Rio de Janeiro and the floods were ravaging Baton Rouge, and she tearfully dedicated her gold medal to the people of Baton Rouge. So she has always been about Baton Rouge, and she certainly made us all proud.
Coach, there was a great picture of Angel Reese that surfaced during that ceremony of Angel and Simone when Simone was here and Angel was younger, to celebrating that moment on Sunday. How much does she come up in recruiting today's women's college basketball player?
Oh, a great deal.
Yeah.
An absolute great deal. I mean, when you have one of the iconic figures in women's basketball, her name is certainly brought up. And certainly, we, even with our team as they play, she's Jordan-like in the stories that you tell your kids about her work ethic and her competitive fire. And certainly we take advantage of that in our recruiting presentations, and there are splashes of her throughout our practice gym and our facility. So, she's continuing to impact our program just in a different way.
The ladies have steamrolled to number 3 in the country here, Coach, and I know that's not a number that you probably don't pay a lot of attention to, but y'all have been playing really good basketball and really solid basketball. What have you made of the play up until this point?
Well, I think we have been solid, but there's more there. We have been a little bit inconsistent at times. I think that there have been spots during some of these games where, for a lack of a better phrase, we've gotten a little bit bored and haven't played at the level that we're capable of. And certainly that's one of the things that Coach Mulkey and we're working on in practice is for the guys to understand it's not about the opponent they're playing. It's not about the score. It's about them concentrating and focusing on being the very best they can be, because that's what we're going to need in our tank as we get further down the road and we're playing the best of the best.
Arkansas coming up on Thursday night, Coach. What's the preparation like for another SEC opponent?
Well, they're very different. I mean, you're talking about a team that shoots anywhere from 25 to 33s. Mike Neighbors, outstanding coach there, does a great job. His philosophy is try to get a shot up in 7 to 10 seconds. So if you want to see a really high tempo, fast paced game, this is definitely the one. They hung about 56, 57 points in the second half on Vanderbilt last night. So it'll certainly be a high scoring affair. I think it'll be entertaining for us. Two things: we've got to be able to defend the threes, especially in transition. They're very good at pushing the ball and attacking the corners for the three. They're also third in the nation in free throws. So what they do is if they don't get the three in transition, they're driving. And if you rotate to help, they kick for the three. And if not, they're trying to get to the rim, get to the free throw line. So we were able to defend the three well when we went up there and played in the start SEC, and we held the 12 free throws, and that was a big reason that we won the ball game. And we're going to have to try and do those same things.
Coach, Angel Reese, again, another double-double versus Auburn on Sunday, 23 and 15. These stat lines they're wild, right? I mean, like the way she's impacting the game, how do you quantify what she gives you every night?
She's just special. You look at the stats, and just on the base of the numbers, they're amazing. But then when you watch the games and you see that she's double teamed, she's triple teamed, teams are now getting physical and pushing and shoving her around. So for her to continue to put those numbers up when she's getting all this attention from the opponents is it's just incredible. She's having a really special season right now.
Alexis Morris comes in the other night, Coach, and she's finding it feels like she's starting to find her rhythm. How do you feel? How's the program feeling about her from just a physical standpoint of the roller coaster she's been on this year?
Well, certainly, I think she's a big key. When she is playing well, when she's distributing the ball and taking care of the ball and knocking down threes and playing at her best level, that's when our team's at best. You mentioned Angel. Well, you get those numbers every night from Angel. And so one of the things that we're working with Lex is to be more consistent, because she really is maybe the most important key. Just not offensively, but defensively. She can beat you in a lot of different ways. She doesn't necessarily have to drop 20. I mean, she's had a couple of double digits assist games in the last 3 or 4 games. And, of course, if you back over, she can shoot the three. She's a great penetrator. We just need for her to do that on a more consistent basis.
Coach, I don't want to speak. You're in the middle of it, and your mindset is getting prepared for Arkansas and getting this program right to be in a contender year in, year out. But just 30,000 square feet real quick for me before I get you out of here. You were on campus back in 2000 when Nick Saban took the job. It didn't take him very long to get the program set to where it kind of took off for the next 20 years. Is what we're watching with Coach Mulkey comparable to only that? Because I try to find a comparison in what she has done in a year and a half to create the buzz, the interest, and really the recognition that you guys are receiving now from a national standpoint is really unmatched.
Well, I think that's a pretty good comparison. I think both of them certainly had an idea in mind of how they wanted their teams to play and how they were going to go about doing it. I think what makes Kim extraordinary and what she's doing is she's a Louisiana native. I mean, one of the reasons we've been able to create such great buzz early is she was an immediate connection for the Louisiana people. She knows who they are, what they think, how they feel, and I think that's important. But in the basketball aspect, she's just simply, one of the best to have ever done that. Yeah. And she's very driven. Every single day, from the minute she wakes till the time she lays her head on the pillow. I made this comparison. You can be a thermometer or a thermostat. A thermometer reads the temperature. The thermostat sets the temperature. Well, she's a thermostat every day. She knows exactly where she wants to go and what she wants to do, and she's relentless. And I think what we're seeing right now is exciting, but I would say this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. Y'all are fun to watch right now, Coach, and it feels like it's going to be for a while. Thank you for the time this morning. We'll see you at the Maravich Center on Thursday night.
Love it. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. There's Coach Bob Starkey checking in this morning from LSU women's basketball as the Lady Tigers right now, number 3 in the country,